what comes next will be marvelous.
Cade Milafalcha, Makarja, we are back for a third game of today. I am Penguin, this is Dagda. We're going to jump straight into it. It is going to be Schalke Northfield Evolution versus Karmine Corp, and we gotta talk about the top side.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be an interesting top lane matchup because statistically, if we don't talk about the last game, these are the two best top laners that we have in the EU Masters right now. And just look at these stats. I mean, when you look towards the kill participation for Yoppa, he's been the core focus for Schalke no Fear and being able to play in towards their team fights. His damage percentage is insane for a top laner, and when you look towards the impact that he's able to have when he lends himself towards working with Obsess, it's how Schalke no Fear have been able to find their success. But when you look across at Adam here for Karmine Corp, we already talked about that solo lane dominance it feels like the Karmine Corp played through, and a lot of that has been through Adam. We saw it again in their game earlier on today, where this guy can have such a massive impact. We can see massive kill participation, also super high damage, but the way that he's able to get these big leads when it comes towards the CS difference at 10, the way he's able to find success through these early kills as well, this is what gets the ball rolling for Karmine Corp and make sure they're able to keep control of the map thanks to his TP advantages and some of the really smart plays that he's had when it comes towards that usage.
Yeah, and honestly, you look at the goal difference at 10 there, it was like 600 for first place for Adam and then 300 for second place for Yoppa. Like, again, this is obviously not including the game that has, or the two games that have just happened today, but these are the guys that you're looking towards as kind of setting themselves up. And, you know, we talk about the next generation, the next set of players that are going to be going up into the LEC. I'm looking at these two guys right now. Yoppa already had an opportunity with Team Vitality, didn't quite work out. But Adam, young, fresh man from the LFL, he has been making his mark this tournament and really coming out strong. Yeah,
and has looked absolutely exceptional on these bruisers. We talk about the Renekton having 3 games so far and has been wiping the floor with people, especially when we look at that 13 KDA. That's why Schalke no Fear are going to ban it away straight away. Alongside that Tristana, the Gnar gone from Yoppa as well. This has kind of been his go-to blind pick in a lot of scenarios here in EU Masters. So it looks like both teams obviously putting a bit of attention towards that top side of the map, but also towards the jungle where Karmine Corp banned away the Hecarim, which means Schalke no Fear have to answer with the Udyr so we can get those big bad boys off the table from the jungle. Does leave the Thresh open though, and it means that xMatty can get his hands on his Jinx, which he has loved over in the LFL.
Yep, well, we'll see if he's able to get onto it or do they pick it away here in Schalke Northfield Evolution, but you gotta feel like you can't give away this combination. The playmaking ability you get with something like the Thresh, and like I said, you cannot give that one away. Schalke, they're gonna be able to pick that one in, so they're gonna wait to see what the AD carry pick will be here for Karmine Corp before locking in their support, but they do lock in the Volibear, which was kind of the third option after the Udyr and Hecarim have been banned away.
So, in my mind, you go towards the Aphelios here, right? Late game carry, answers for the Jinx. The only thing is the range discrepancy is kind of sucks in lane. And especially though when you're looking towards a pretty much a dive composition that will come through from Schalke, the Volibear already giving that away. You can try and go towards this Aphelios and play off beating back that front line very, very quickly. So I wouldn't mind seeing that picked up here, but looks like instead we're going to see Karmine Corp going back towards what has been super strong for them. Saken has been the most prolific Ryze player in the LFL. It's what he made his name for himself in the LEC with as well. He had a 49 KDA coming off with this champion into EU Masters from the LFL. This is a god tier pick for Karmine Corp.
Yeah, and as as well as that, like, we just saw the Twisted Fate Nocturne combination there in the early game for Schalke. You know, you get that kind of like global kind of, you know, setup as such to dogpile onto a particular lane. You still have that option here with the Nocturne and the Ryze because you have that Realm Warp. And fair enough, not as long distance, but you don't need that much space to make it set up for yourself. And for Schalke Evolution, they're going to lock themselves in the Tahm Kench. They're going to give themselves Kynetic and Tolerant, that nice safe bot side, to try and scale up towards that bot or to that late game.
Yeah, I do imagine that this is not going to be a lane Nocturne, though. I believe this will probably go in towards Cinkrof's hands. I think leaving your jungler this far down was kind of going to cause a bit of issues for Karmine Corp. Now, obviously, they still have that flexibility there, but certainly when you're looking like the Volibear gone, you've already got the Udyr and the Hecarim gone as well, you are falling down that tier list quite a bit, so I would imagine that Nocturne's going there. So now, if you're looking across the Schalke No Fear, you just ban away the AD carries, right? We talked about the Aphelios potential. Var's been taken off the board as well as that other somewhat late game scaling AD carry as well with that on hit build. So you're kind of looking towards xMatty going, what have you got here now that you've also got the Tristana ban? But it's actually going to be Ashe taken away.
Yeah, they're taking away the Ashe. They don't obviously have a huge amount of faith into the Kaiser, or rather they're very safe, feel like they're very safe going into it. And I will say, the Kaiser very short range, so would have a little bit of difficulty getting on top of someone like the Jinx if the Tahm Kench is around. So you're probably okay with that. I think you're definitely more concerned about the instant CC with the Enchanted Crystalline Arrow and the Chains of Corruption. But now, where do you want to go here if you're on Solution? You need to try and find something for Nuclearint, and he's going to go towards that Viktor after the rest of the pool's pinched.
Yeah, and I like this idea coming through from Schalke No Fear. In their last game against Karmine Corp, they gave that counter pick to Yoppa, and it looks like we're going to get the same here. The problem was, he picked the Aatrox into the Renekton, a very volatile matchup, but never got much attention coming through from Obsess, which meant that Adam, who did get that pressure, ended up winning out the matchup. So this time around, I want to see Obsess playing towards Yoppa and the counter pick he'll get here. Coming back into the draft phase though, looking over the Aphelios, we just talked about it. Late game scaling AD carry, a lot of safety with the Thresh, and when you've got a composition from Schalke No Fear that probably will want to play forward to a certain extent, you can look to enable this Aphelios, but right now, with that Viktor, super long range, the Jinx, super long range, this Aphelios may be struggling a little bit if he's not able to get into these fights.
The Darius locked in as well, so we're gonna see the Darius finally come out, and I am so excited for this. You've seen it pop off, of course, within Schalke No Fear LEC team. They were able to use it to get a massive effect with Broken Blade, but this is a pick that can just 1v2, hell, 1v3 in certain situations if you do not get it under control.
Yeah, and what do you go for here is Yoppa, right? Because you've got to find something that can actually kind of deal with the lane phase, but you still want something that can have that big impact in team fights that we've been seeing from Yoppa, and it looks like he's going to go with the Gragas. He's like, look, right now, we just need to make sure that we can, one, have something that survives in lane. Gragas does that super well. Wave clear with the Q, keep himself nice and topped up. But two, have the disengage. Schalke No Fear correctly identified, hey look, this Aphelios is going to suck if he can't get onto our carries. So what we're going to do here is just play at range, make sure we've got this cast to just cause a nightmare for xMatty, and try and play these late game team fights through the Viktor and the Jinx.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a pretty easy stock standard way of kind of keep the Jinx safe, protect the president, if you will. But I'm looking at Karmine Corp. You have so many threats that can pop off. Yes, the Aphelios, when it gets to that late game, will become the kind of major thing. But Machine Gun Ryze is a threat in the early game. Of course, the Darius Nocturne kind of two-man combo is just insane. You have to respect this if you're coming into this game now, because Karmine Corp, if there's one thing they've shown, is that they are able to take an inch and turn it into a mile.
Yeah, and that's really what they need to try and look to do here. Saken, we already talked about, very proficient on this Ryze, and I honestly think the best way for you to try and do this is play again through that top side, play through Adam, work with Obsess, make sure that you're able to use these Realm Warps effectively to start the snowball rolling for this Darius, and then when you get towards the later team fights, get real creative with those Realm Warps. Or do you want to bring Targamas in? Maybe he wants to look for a few hooks. Do you do it to provide backline access for Adam alongside Cinkrof diving in? Like, this is where you can get super smart with these plays from Saken. And if there's anyone in EU Masters that I want to be doing this and also is capable of doing this, it is going to be Saken.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we'll see now how this game goes. For Schalke, You would love a win here. You would love to just throw this entire group into complete disarray, taking a scalp off of Karmine Corp, making that last loss to BTXL mean very little in the long terms of things, and getting yourself back into your own fate, having the the setup to be able to go, right, if we just win our last 2 games, we should be fine to be able to, at minimum, force tiebreakers. And for Karmine Corp, you're looking to cement that top spot. You're looking to, it's very unlikely someone's going to be able to catch you, but you just want to put that little cherry on top, just to say, all right, 1 game left, we can use it to maybe try something different, and we can get ourselves, top spot in this game.
Especially when you look at Big, right? There's always been that rivalry between the LFL and between the DOC region, and when Big has gone 6-0, you know the LFL is going to want to go 6-0. They're going to want to come in and go, hang on a second, we're the big dogs here. We're the ones that you've got to contend with. And honestly, Karmine Corp have made a very good answer for it. They really do look like they are one of the top, if not the top contender in EU Masters right now.
Well, we'll see if they are able to hold up and keep that title going, or keep their undefeated streak going as they are into EU Masters. Of course, it's been actually a bit of a while since Karmine Corp actually lost a game. I do believe they went, as you know, and yeah, so they're on a bit of a hot streak, as it would be. As we can see now, bot side just going to be again supportal combat for the battle for the bush, as I like to call it, as we kind of just posturing to see if they can get that early level 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're both pretty much going to hit at the same time. Jinx having that extra range is so good with the rockets at clearing out that wave. But the one for me here is Obsess should have support from his bottom lane, as they will go aggressive here to move towards Scuttle. Unless xMatty and Targamas can make a play here.
Well, we'll see. The hook does land, and it actually was Tolerant who dodged it out, so Kynetic takes a bit of punishment. Tahm Kench trying to keep himself healthy, ends up trading back the health bar to his AD carry. And that is going to be Karmine Corp again, finding advantages, that this small little thing, and you can see already not having the health bar, they have to back away here from Schalke Evolution. xMatty
been so impressed with xMatty and Targamas. The amount of times they've been in matchups that aren't particularly favourable for them, but just understand the matchup so well that they can come out on top. Like in a situation like this, short range AD carry. Now, yes, you've got a bit of a range advantage as the Thresh, but still, Tolerant should be able to push fast with Kynetic and hit that level 2. But xMatty and Targamas consistently keep pressure. They trade so well, and they make sure that they're able to actually get these advantages back. Now, they're the ones with bot side pressure, and Obsess is like, God damn it, guys, I needed this Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, there's nothing really he can do here. They're going to be able to kind of roam up, and even in the mid lane as well, Saken able to roam down just to kind of fully confirm this camp. And Saken, does he look for a little bit of a cheeky dive? They will spot the Volibear just at the back end of this, but it looks like they're committing to it straight away. They go in to teleport, the flash and the cleanse used here by Tolerant. Heal was used by Kynetic as well. They do get 2 summoners out of Karmine Corp, but that's just a multitude of summoners used here. They're just so smart in this game.
And look at that wave mid for Nuclearint, right? He's just TP'd bot. He hasn't reset yet. So now he's got to walk back mid and it's found a Cinkrof.
They found him. They get the fear off to push him away from the wall. The teleport is there, but it's not even needed. It's just going to get Saken back to the lane. First blood to the French #1 seed. And this is just looking so clean.
That was so damn smart by Karmine Corp. So Saken gets the TP out, right? Then they know Nuclearint has got to go back mid before he resets, because that's too big of a wave to miss. Cinkrof side in the bush, they get the play anyway. And now Saken, knowing he's got the advantage, is looking bot again.
Flash forward, he's got himself a little bit of mana. He doesn't need to get it anyway at the moment, but Adam comes in and with a decimate gets himself a kill. And this is going from bad to worse for Schalke Evolution. Oh no!
And especially when Schalke no fear, if they don't pick up the win here, like, they're only guaranteed a tie if you end up having, like, the rest of the day play out their way, where everyone else gets the 2 wins. Like, this is disaster for Schalke no fear when their backs are against the wall. But it's crazy smart play coming through from Karmine Corp, punishing map advantages so well, understanding their laning phases and the matchups incredibly smart. And now we got Targamas in mid lane.
Yeah, we do. The flash forward. There's the paranoia with the acceleration onto that level 6. Where are you going to go? Nuclearint living up to his name right now.
And Cinkrof flashing the camp emote. He's definitely pitched a tent here in this mid lane. He already knows, hey, look, Nuclearint, he's gone. This lane is over. You've got the shove in mid lane now. He's had to reset twice off of unfavourable spots. Saken has had full control. And now, look at the level 5 versus level 4. On the next wave, Saken at 6. He gets access to the map, and you can't do anything as Nuclearint.
I love that. I wasn't expecting the paranoia because at what world at 5 minutes into the game is your Nocturne level 6? It just doesn't happen, and that means that you're just going to have such a horrible time. They get the Rune Prison down. Adam gets them with the Noxian Guillotine. This is honestly this is a speed run at this stage. Karmine Corp are just on fire.
This is a statement. This is a statement coming through from Karmine Corp. They're like, look, we have the champions that we're renowned for. Adam playing the Darius. Saken having his hands on this Ryze as well. Hell, I mean, even Targamas getting his hands on the strongest support in this patch. This was disrespect in the draft from Schalke No Fear. And Karmine Corp are showing why they are feared when they get to play in their comfort zone.
K-Corp on fire, your back line is terrified as the blue army just kind of keep pushing forward. You'll have that paranoia up in a couple of seconds. Not quite got it just yet, but with the pressure you now have on this bot side, you can see just how terrified the Schalke Evolution bot line is. They have to respect it. They have to back themselves away. Early Drake going over to the side of Karmine Corp, and they're just accelerating bit by bit by bit to make sure they get every single advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, the goal is on all the right members as well. Like, Cinkrof needs to be able to be a backline threat. He's got the 2 kills now, very quickly working towards that stride breaker. When you look towards Adam as well, having 2 kills, he's going to be a massive sideline threat. And now again, you got KC Corp, the 5-man movement down to bot side. And again, Nuclearint can't do anything.
No, they cannot do absolutely anything whatsoever before the Devour can come in. The Jinx is dead. The Tahm Kench as well. It's a 4,000 gold lead, Daga, and we're only 7.5 minutes into this game.
Well, you know what? You know, it's this just absolute, as you said, speed run coming through from Karmine Corp. Like, I love watching this. Like, this is the League of Legends that gets me excited. You punish one small mistake coming through on the bottom side of the map. You understand, hey, look, if we're able to push quicker, we can actually play in towards this river with Saken having that mid priority as well, play around that early scuttle, and you can do so much work here as Karmine Corp. And you're seeing just the level of play that these guys are on is just far superior to everyone else in the group.
Honestly, it's looking like, again, we have yet to see them gotta go against the likes of Big and stuff like that, but this is just a decimation of Schalke Evolution, and it just looks so clean. It's so crisp.
This is why I've said, like, Karmine Corp are my favourites in the EU Masters. Like, this is the team that I expect to win the whole thing. They look so damn clean. Their matchup understanding is great. Their team fighting is impeccable. Their understanding of how to play the map is so good. Like, this is a team that would honestly challenge the best in the LEC. Like, they are so damn good right now.
Yeah, we see it said a couple of times, like, you know, there's some ERL teams that are able to just kind of go toe-to-toe just with how damn good they are. You know, and the LFL as well has just been going from strength to strength to strength. They've really been pumping them up. And even you look at the viewership numbers, the fans are incredible as well. And it's just fantastic to see such an amazing funnel of talent coming out from the regions every single year between the Ultra Liga, the Super Liga, the Prime League, the LFL. Europe has so much to offer, and it's almost sad that we only have 10 teams in LEC.
And this feels like Karmine Corp meta as well, right? This is the team that, in my opinion, has the strongest jungle support duo, and when they're able to play so heavily through that, get vision, find picks, look to synergize, well, as you can see already in this game with 3 support assists coming in for the 3 kills that are on Cinkrof. Like, this is how Karmine Corp play their game. Look at it here as well. You got Targamas now moving in to get vision. Saken is here. You've also got Cinkrof is hovering with the paranoia too. It makes it obnoxious to try and play against because they're always in sync. They're always putting pressure on the map, and it nets them towers, it nets them neutral objectives, and it nets them every single win in the group so far.
Yeah, and like, even just looking at how this game is going to pan out, like, let's stop gushing over Karmine Corp for a second, but you didn't even need the Rift Herald to crack open all 5 plates in that bot side. You now have the Rift Herald available to you should you want to go for any kind of a move into, say, I don't know, mid lane.
Like a dive? Mid?
Like a dive?
Something? Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, like something like that. And, like, you have that to be able to maybe pick up a kill, pick up more plates, open up the map that bit more. There's a minute 40 until the dragon. You just haven't got yourself any kind of a semblance of items here from the side of Schalke Evolution. And we're 10 and a half minutes into this game, and it's a 6,000 gold lead. It is just catapulting ahead for Karmine Corp. And I'm going to ask you the unbelievably obvious question right now. Is what does Schalke Evolution have to do to get back into this?
I mean, it's a tough one. Like, honestly, like, I still think the comp difference stands, right? Like, if you're able to play at range as Schalke No Fear, that's amazing. But the problem is, like, Cinkrof is so far ahead. He's going to have his Strikebreaker finish so soon. Adam is crazy far ahead as well. And as in this scenario, you don't even have to go and play team fights.
No, they do not. Adam just trying to keep away from the 2 tanky boys here. The Decimate has been used. Does use the Apprehend. There's the explosive cast on top as well. Adam keeps himself healthy, though, and Obsess. He's running out of mana. There's the Dark Passage to keep him safe. And it's not me who's in trouble. It's you. Yoppa now has to try and walk away from this one. He's got his flash. There's the Realm Warp going to be coming in on top of this one as well. He's going to try and keep them all there, but they've covered all angles of escape. And there's another kill going over to Saken. They even use the Paranoia into the mid lane. You can see Kynetic. xMatty, though, just popping off, forcing the Devour. They've got themselves 8 kills, all the plates in the mid lane, all the plates in the bot lane, a second tower into that mid Targamas. He's going to flash forward. The heal has to be used. They're going to force the flash out of the Jinx. xMatty takes down Tolerant before he can use the grey skin. Honestly, right now, I need to figure it out. I'm gonna look into it, so I'm gonna let you talk about it. I need to figure out what was the fastest game in EU Masters so far. So you go talk.
So I think that's not what Schalke No Fear want to do to get back into this game. I think that might have been the wrong play. And I mean, look, Adam able to survive so incredibly long up here because of how strong he is. He's going to get another tower for themselves. They've cracked up mid. Like, this game, it's 10,000 gold. It's 12.5 minutes. Like, they're nearly averaging 1,000 gold per minute. I mean, actually, they are realistically, if you're thinking about when jungle camp spawned, when we actually got to the laning phase. As Yoppa... No, Yoppa. You don't get to do that.
You don't. Oh, they did have the ultimate, though, from the Jinx in the back line, so they are able to stop the perfect game. They will not get the perfect game straight away, as we can actually see now the box going down straight in on top of Tolerant, who has to flash himself away, but you're on the wrong side of this particular map right now. Now, xMatty might be in a little bit of trouble. He's forced to flash away. Obsess gets himself out. And while that was all happening, a kill for a kill is traded. It's almost 10,000 gold here for Karmine Corp. It means very little that Darius died, but I did figure it was 17 minutes and 2 seconds, and it was Sup Up versus Misfits Premiere over in Group B, I believe.
Well, I mean, you've got 4 minutes to work with. Well, slightly less now coming through for Karmine Corp, but honestly, I think this is kind of doomed for Schalke. Like, yes, you do have a composition that can play at ranged, yeah, but unless you manage to get pick after pick, it's just not going to be the case. And it's going to be nigh on impossible, because right now, Adam plays one side lane, Saken plays another, they realm warp in, they have TPs to play around those advantages. And hell, I mean, even if we want to mega draw this game out, you just play for dragons as Karmine.
Yeah. See now Yoppa and Adam going in. There is the Noxian Guillotine and the teleport, but he's still bleeding down. And Adam, oh, that was suave. Knows that he's got the kill, walked away. Cool guys don't look at explosions. They dab with penguins. And now we got ourselves 3 minutes until we maybe see the quickest game. This is kind of the only narrative I could go with right now, Dagda, because this game is, like you said, I'm going to rephrase my statement. It's not going to take a miracle. It's going to take several miracles as we have a quick replay here of Yoppa just getting deleted.
Yeah, oh, look at the T-Tours in the chat. T-Tours. That is beautiful production. That's what I like to see. But, I mean, look, whoever on Schalke about to bring this game back deserves to be a saint, because this is going to be a massive miracle. Now, Targamas, though,
oh, they're looking for a fight. This is a 3v5, and you can see already with the paranoia, you have nowhere to go, so you have to back yourselves away. They can't take this fight, and with the more people from Karmine Corp coming in, Adam's not even here. Adam's in bot lane, just playing to himself. He doesn't care right now. And with the Rift Herald going down, Schalke, I don't know what you can do. Like you mentioned, it's going to take several miracles. There's nothing you can do. They haven't even finished a mythic. There's no mythic on Schalke Evolution. No, sorry, I lied. There it is. Kinetic, thank you. I was freaking out.
I think it's a bit unfair that Karmine Corp are interrupting Adam with his PvE. Like, this is, you know, his time to relax. It's a soothing time. He just likes to chill out, listen to the nice sound effects that are on that beautiful Darius skin. And then you get this paranoia coming in. You're getting all this noise coming in the top lane. I think that's a bit unfair, honestly, from Karmine Corp. They need to respect that Adam needs it.
Yeah, just like tisking away, just like, oh, typical.
Yeah. I don't like this blue hue on my screen. Come on, guys. This isn't fair.
Come on, it's not on about it. Well,
although blue wall, maybe he really likes it. I could be completely off of that.
I mean, who knows? The French fans are fantastic and absolutely the most creative group of people I've ever seen on Twitter, and be willing to be proven wrong on that particular front. But now, Karmine Corp, they have 60 minutes on the clock. They went back, finished up a couple of items. You got 2 items onto your Aphelios and onto your Darius. They're going to drop down the Rift Herald into that mid lane. Paranoia goes down. They're going to drive straight in on top of this mid lane. You can see they're just going for the full massive 5v5. They know they can do it. They can take the health bars, but this Jinx is still something to be trifled with. They'll break open the base and they'll go for the back in. Adam! Double kill, and they're looking for the record. Shelly's going to be able to get off these charges. They've got themselves 30 seconds to try and build this one off. There's the explosive cast. Can they kill off Saken? I don't think they can. As you can see, flash forward. Never mind. Cast a curse as always. They're going for it. They're going to try and get it. This is the only narrative that matters. The speed run in EU Masters. They've only got 10 seconds left to kind of go for it. They're going to put Adam onto the other side of this one. You can see xMatty still putting it, and they got it. Take the speed run record. Karmine Corp will take the game. They will lock themselves into top spot, and they will take the fastest game of the EU Masters so far.
It ends up as Shelly versus the Belly at the end, and unfortunately the Rift Herald is a little bit stronger than the solo Gragas trying to defend against 4 members. But what a performance coming in from the LFL representatives. That was nasty. That was absolutely disgusting to see.
It really, really was. And yeah, Schalke, now they have to wait on other results. They got to see if Real Betis do beat out BTXL and maybe force themselves a 3-way tiebreaker for that second spot. But that's all we got time for on this particular one. When we go to a break, we're going to go to a break, excuse me. When we come back, we won't be here. You'll be joined by the illustrious Trouble and Scoundrel to end out the day. And yeah, thank you so much for everybody, and we'll see you on the other side. Sláinte.
All or nothing.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.